YouTube, how you doing? Murph here, bringing you another product review. Today's review is going to be on the Matrix 65% keyboard. Specifically, this is the Symfuhny edition, and we'll get into the specifications and the RGB functions in a moment. But as usual, we're going to start off by talking about the design and the build quality. Now, as far as the build quality is concerned, what we have here is an all plastic case. If you're familiar with like a GK61 or a GK64 or anything like that, it's very similar in build quality to that. There is no bend or flex in this case at all. It does have just a little bit of heft to it, especially for a plastic bodied keyboard. And between the weight and these 4 rubber bump-ons on the back will keep it from moving and sliding around on your desktop. And they have used PBT keycaps here, which is great. That's going to provide a lot of durability. These are not going to fade or develop that kind of shine that some other keycaps do. So the keycaps are going to last you a really long time. They should realistically last you the life of the keyboard. As far as design is concerned, I really like what they did here going with the 65% design. So it does retain that small form factor. It's very compact, but you do retain a few of these function keys, as well as get dedicated arrow keys. I really like the color blue they used for this case, and the painting process that they used appears to be very good. Other than the rubber feet on the back and the tag they use for their logo and the serial number, the back is a clean design as well. And then you see on the front here the Symfuhny and Matrix symbols that they've printed on the front of the case. And I really like the color blue that they use on the keycaps, as well as the fact that they kind of outlined it in this white color and made the legends white. It just makes the whole thing pop. And in general, this keyboard is just super clean. They also include in the box a few extra keycaps, so if you want to switch the Symfuhny logo to a blue keycap or just a normal escape key, you can do that. They also include a separate enter key with Symfuhny's signature across it, which looks nice. So you have a little bit of variety there depending on what you want to go with. Now, as far as specifications are concerned, we've already discussed that it does have high quality PBT keycaps. It also comes in 4 different Gateron switch types: blue, speed silver, brown, and red. It is LED backlit. It comes preloaded with several different LED lighting functions, pre-lube stabilizers, and probably the best thing about this keyboard is that it does come with a hot swappable PCB, and that's actually a 5-pin PCB. So you can put in just about any standard switch into this keyboard. Now, as far as the sound profile and typing experience on this keyboard, I was very pleasantly surprised. For a pre-built keyboard, the stabilizers sound and feel surprisingly good, and the sound profile from the keyboard in general and just the overall typing experience. I'll give you a quick sound test. The model that I'm typing on here today has the Gateron red switches. I think that as far as a pre-built keyboard goes, the modifiers sound pretty good. The only one I have a slight complaint about is maybe the space bar. It feels good, but it does sound just a little bit hollow. But honestly, I'm probably being overly critical about it just because the sound profile on the rest of the keyboard is just frankly really good. It's really not that bad, and just the overall sound from the keyboard is really good, and the typing experience has been good as well. And as far as the performance, I don't have the equipment to measure exact input lag or latency or anything like that, but I haven't noticed anything wrong with gaming with this keyboard at all. Even in some faster paced games like Fortnite, Apex, Warzone, things like that, I never had any issues with latency or gaming on this keyboard at all, which is to be expected because at the end of the day, this is marketed towards gamers. And just in general, I've enjoyed using the keyboard. As far as the LED functions are concerned, you can switch through a handful of pre-installed LED functions by holding F in and pressing the brackets. Closed brackets here will cycle through a few different LED functions, and then the open bracket will cycle through kind of some of those reactive modes. Now, would I recommend buying this keyboard? I think that I would. At $125 for what it is, it may be a touch overpriced, but frankly, most of these kind of special edition collaboration boards typically are. I don't think the margins on this are nearly as bad as what we saw with like the Ghost and PewDiePie keyboard. That was severely overpriced. At the end of the day, you could probably get like a GK61 or a GK64 or something like that and build something very similar to this for probably, I don't know, anywhere from, depending on your switch type, anywhere from maybe $10 to $30 cheaper. But ultimately the price on this is pretty good. And I think especially if you fall into two different types of categories, I would definitely recommend buying this keyboard. One, obviously if you're a fan of Symfuhny, if you enjoy his content and you're looking to pick up his keyboard, then I think this would be a great purchase. The other group of people that I would probably specifically recommend buying this would be just somebody who likes the aesthetics of this keyboard in general. You're getting a pretty solid keyboard here anyways. And if you like the aesthetic of this keyboard, just the color of the case and the keycaps and all of that, then I think it would definitely be worth $125. Do keep in mind, however, that Matrix does sell these keycaps separately. I believe the keycap set is $55, and that's actually not just for the 65% form factor. That actually comes with enough keycaps for a full-size keyboard, including the numpad and all of that. So if you do like the aesthetics of this keyboard, but you already have a keyboard of your own, but you just really like Symfuhny's keycaps, you can actually buy these separately. But realistically, if you're looking to pick up a new keyboard and you do like this specific color scheme, this is probably the way to go right here, especially considering it does offer a hot swap PCB. So if you do ever in the future want to swap those switches out for something else, you can do that quickly and easily. And that pretty much wraps up this review. I hope that you guys found this useful or helpful. If you did, please make sure to hit that thumbs up button. Also, if you guys would like to see other content like this, make sure to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications to be notified of when I post new content. And YouTube, we'll catch you later.